Joining us now, Beatriz Ponce de León, Chicago Deputy Mayor for Immigrant, Migrant, and Refugee Rights. Deputy Mayor, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us. We've seen tense interactions between residents and federal agents now for weeks. We've seen the videos of it. In the past few days, immigration agents used tear gas to disperse a crowd that gathered after a collision between Border Patrol and a car that they were pursuing. It was really dangerous. You can see it here. What do you make of these tactics?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. And, first and foremost, these federal agents are reckless. They're lawless. They're doing things that are putting Chicagoans in harm's way, and they're not needed here. We clearly do not need a militarized presence to do immigration law enforcement in Chicago.
Governor Pritzker says he believes federal agents are violating a judge's order that sought to rein in the use of chemical agents on protesters. You saw some white smoke there billowing. If they are not respecting that court order, is there anything that the city can do about it?
Unfortunately, these federal agents respond to no one. They are likely in violation of that court order. The courts have been on our side in Chicago and in Illinois and in Cook County. It is difficult to hold them accountable, but we are doing what we can through executive orders as well to set up ICE-free zones and to reinforce our welcoming city ordinance and the policies that we have to keep immigration enforcement at bay.
I'd love to get your thoughts here. The New York Times is reporting that some Chicago residents are forming volunteer groups to monitor their neighborhoods. They're creating signal chats when they see agents in the area. And, quote, if agents are spotted on the street, motorists lean on their horns as a warning and sometimes give chase. In your mind, though, is there a danger that this could further inflame the tensions with ICE agents, with other federal law enforcement, even endanger residents at some point? How are you advising your residents to handle the situation?
We are advising our residents to exercise their First Amendment rights, to do what they can to stand up for what is just and what is really needed in Chicago. So residents, it is pretty incredible, the unified stance that we have here in Chicago, both at the community level as well as with city, county, and state government. There is a risk to always speaking up, and there is a risk to calling out and alerting people that ICE is there. But people are taking the risk that they feel comfortable with. In the case of, agents were chasing a car and they are the ones who rammed into that car, then they tell a different story. What happened in this community, and we've seen in other neighborhoods, is that neighbors come out to take care of each other. They alerted folks that there was immigration enforcement on the ground, and they have come together and are trained to do that as safely as possible.
Chicago Deputy Mayor Beatriz Ponce de León, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.